personal growth. Each show is organized to feature special guests who usually are subject matter experts that helps us to throw more insights into the topic of the day. You are most welcome once again. We are glad you are able to join us today. Nigerian work and business environment is changing faster than ever before. Technology is disrupting industries. Artificial intelligence is redefining how work gets done. Customer expectations are evolving, and economic realities continue to challenge traditional ways of doing business. In such an environment, one important question emerges: how do professionals, entrepreneurs, business owners, and organizations remain relevant and competitive? Today's conversation is designed to provide practical insights and strategies for navigating these changes successfully. On this topic, staying relevant in Nigeria's fast-changing work and business landscape, we are delighted to have with us an accomplished professional and thought leader who will help us to unpack what relevance means in today's economy and how individuals and businesses can position themselves for longer term success. We'll be delighted to meet our guest, but after this short time out. Please remain connected. We will be right back. Thank you very much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our esteemed audience, you are welcome to meet our special guest for today's show, Monisola Oluwafemi. Monisola is a certified management consultant, a member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, CIPM, and a high performance trainer with over 9 years of work experience spanning different organizations and industries. She has developed competencies in human capacity development, business process optimization, strategy development, and operations management. While working in the banking industry, she worked with top HR executives to design and deploy several learning and development initiatives for different cadres of employees, from entry-level programs to leadership preparatory courses and senior management developmental programs. Influenced by her interest in seeing employees and business processes fully optimized, she moved into management consulting, where she had the opportunity of working more directly with business executives to transform their businesses as a management consultant. Unisola has partnered with different organizations across industries like banking, pensions, logistics, hospitality, government, NGOs, and others, where she has designed and managed different projects like culture infusion programs, leadership pathway and succession planning projects, management onboarding program, design of performance management systems, and others. As a seasoned trainer, Monisola has facilitated training solutions on subjects like effective business communication, effective customer management, developing leadership and management skills, person, personal effectiveness and productivity, emotional intelligence, team management, organizational behavior and ethics, change management, and others. With an extensive training experience, she has trained employees of organizations like First Bank, SALD, Abe Bank, Avestas, etc. across different levels and cadres. Her ability to drive behavioral change and enhance organizational effectiveness through her training facilitation has earned her a reputation as a valuable partner in talent development. She has also provided coaching and advisory services to working professionals and SMEs desirous of growing their careers and businesses. Currently, Munisola serves as the head of consulting at High Performance Consulting. Dear esteemed audience, please join me in making welcome this woman of substance, Monisola Oluwafemi, as our special guest for today's show. Monisola, you are highly welcome.
Thank
Your
you very
profile
much,
is so
ma'am.
intimidating. So I'm sure we are in for a great time today in sharing your part of your vast experience on this subject matter. Thank you very much for accepting to do this for us.
It's a pleasure, ma. It's great to be here. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So we'll go straight into the interview segment by trying to set the context, that is like laying a foundation for this very important topic. The phrase, the world is changing rapidly, is something we hear almost every day. From your own perspective, what are the biggest changes currently shaping Nigeria's work and business environment?
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that. I think if we are going to bring it down to three things, three major things, is going to be number one, the talent migration trend. It's a thing now. People are moving from one organization to the other. That's on one side. People are also leaving the country. There's an issue of brain drain. That is Jackpot, right? That's on one side. Secondly, we would say economic pressure. The economic pressure is affecting virtually everybody. And this is also one of the reasons why people are also moving from one organization to the other. Then thirdly, we are going to say technology. Technology keeps improving. There are new innovations. coming out almost every day. Innovations are coming up every day. This is also a major change that is affecting the business and work environment. How is this affecting how is this affecting talent migration? That means businesses and organizations need to start looking at succession planning. How did they retain customers or how did they retain employee? Then how did they develop the talent that they have? Because nobody is secured. An average employee is no longer loyal. They just want to move to the next best thing. Then for technology, you have to be on top of your game. You need to know what is happening and what you can do with. You mentioned artificial intelligence earlier. What you can achieve with AI is no longer just there as an information. You have to be equipped with all the knowledge required to manage whatever is going on in the society right now.
Fantastic. That is very informative for us to know what we are contending with. And in your response, you mentioned technology as one of the issues there. So my question is, how has technology changed the way businesses operate compared to 5 to 10 years back?
Okay, so it's not, thank you very much for that, ma'am. So, an average business owner in Nigeria now, either organization, the big organizations or the smaller ones, they need technology to survive. The digital space has taken over. In fact, 5 years ago, 5 or 10 years ago, people were concerned about having a physical store. Now, e-commerce has taken over. People buy things online. People set up their Instagram pages as their shop. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Even WhatsApp now does e-commerce. So you don't necessarily have to walk into a store to buy anything. From purchase to delivery, everything can be done using technology. That's on one side. Prior to now, 5 years ago, you might say that, oh, you need to go to the bank to do some transactions. Now you can do everything on your phone. It has not even moved beyond, okay, we want to use POS. It has moved beyond POS to instant transfer. And fintech is taking over even for the banks. So it's no longer just, oh, I want to do banking transaction now. You have option of OPay and the likes compared to other commercial banks. So things are changing. A lot can be done. Even now, you don't need, some people don't even have to come to the office physically. You have option of working remotely and you get work done using technology, using different technology apps that supports whatever it is you are doing as an employee. So 5 years ago, it was still a guess game, but now it has come to stay. So it's no longer a bad thing to be a remote worker or you're working from home. That doesn't mean you're lazy. It's just that you now have a better way and a faster way of delivering your task.
Nicely put. In a nutshell, technology has disrupted every aspect of our lives. So with that, what would you say
Absolutely.
the industry or profession that you believe the technology has disrupted most today? Which industry or profession?
Thank you very much. I'm going to categorize them into four. I'm going to start with banking. I'd mentioned that earlier in passing, that fintech is now eating traditional banking. Prior to now, it takes forever to get notification alert, probably debit or credit. But now there are some fintech that the moment you are sending the money or you are receiving the money, you are getting instant notification. And apart from the notification bit, transactions are easier to make now using fintech. So traditional banking is already, if they are not careful with what we have on ground, fintech is going to eat them alive. That's on one side. Again, second one is going to be media. Before now, we were always, today is Sunday now, we'll be looking forward to TV programs for Sundays or weekends, the likes of Thursday Super Stories and the likes. But times are changing. TikTok has taken over these things. and you hear, oh, I'm a content creator. It's no longer I'm a TV presenter. Everybody wants to be a content creator now. So the media space is also feeling it. Even to buy or to get newspaper is now something of the past for some people, because you can even get this content online. So it's also affecting media space. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, content creation are taking over. Then retail, like I mentioned earlier, people no longer need to go to a physical store to buy stuff. Before now, it used to be the likes of Jumia. I can't remember some of those names, but now everybody has one or two e-commerce approach to serving people. So e-commerce is also taking over from the retail store. You can be in one corner of your house or office, do a list of whatever it is you want without moving an inch. Everything is being delivered to your doorstep. That's it. It's faster and is more ecological. Then lastly, I'm going to say education. Before now, we have private tutors, a lot of private tutors doing teaching people. Tutors that are
Part-time,
not just for,
part-time businesses. I
yes,
mean,
but now you can
part-time
go on
businesses.
YouTube, search for I want to, yeah. Now you can go on YouTube to learn these things. In fact, those teachers are now migrating to become content creators and posting these things on YouTube because it is literally dying. Nobody has time to sit down or go to physical classroom for some of these things. Lesson teachers are losing out because I'd rather do it online. So basically, I would say the banking system, the traditional media, retail, and education, some part of the educational sectors are being affected.
And if I may add, any work that is repetitive in nature,
Absolutely, absolutely.
that is a no for traditional way of doing things, because you have a faster, more accurate way of doing it with technology. So
Yeah,
that's a very
absolutely.
good and quite a lot you have said there. So with this, it's obvious that quite a number of professions and industries are affected, and hitherto the workforce. So when you look at today's workforce, what skills would you say are becoming less valuable, and which skills are becoming more important? Because we want to tell our audience to know what they should look at.
Thank you very much for that. You had actually answered that. So one of those skills are routine based tasks and tasks that are repetitive. If you are doing the same thing over and over again, it is becoming less valuable. Even to you as a human being, it is becoming less valuable. If it is a routine task, definitely AI can take over and do it. Since it is routine, it can be programmed, right? What is rising now is the ability to critically communicate, manage people, emotional intelligence, and being able to work across different digital tools. So it's no longer just, oh, I have competency in Microsoft Office tools. You need to understand every digital tools and know how to use them based on what is relevant to your job.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's important for us to know that technology is here to stay, and we
absolutely.
also must look at what skills do we have right now, and how applicable are they to the current realities, and what we need to get to make sure that we fit in into current reality. So we have to be able to look inward objectively and sincerely, so that we can get the right thing. So that's a powerful foundation we have laid. We have just looked at changes, not being an event. It has become a constant reality. Things are changing so rapidly self, not just regular, rapidly. The real challenge now is how individuals and organizations respond to this change. So that is what the foundation we have laid on this topic. Now let us look at how professionals can stay relevant. We talk generally, then professional, how do they stay relevant? What does professional relevance mean in today's workplace? Did you get that?
Yes, I got you, man. Thank you very much for that. Professional relevance in today's business and corporate world simply means the ability to consistently create values in the changing work environment. Okay. And those values are not just values that anybody can do. Position yourself as a value creator and ensure that you cannot be easily replaced. It is not a conversation of whether you will not be replaced or not. It is positioning yourself in such a way that the values you are bringing to the workplace or to business cannot be easily replaced. That is when we can say you have professional relevance. Okay. It is no longer enough that, oh, okay, this is my job title. I work based on my JD and all that. Now you need to be able to solve different problems. You need to be able to provide tools or values or recommendations that would go a long way as a professional. So you're not just coming to say, oh, this is my job. This is what I'm employed to do. No, you have to do the extra job of adding more value to the organization and to whatever it is that you do.
Thank you
So
for that.
relevance is no longer, oh, I've worked in this organization for 10 years. Relevance is no longer, I've worked in this organization for 10 years. It is now, these are what I have done. This is what I can do.
Fantastic. Because many people these days fear being replaced by technology or artificial intelligence. Should professionals be worried as well?
I think for me, it shouldn't be a case of being worried at this point. It's a case of being aware. Okay? AI is not going to replace our jobs, but people that knows how to use AI will replace our job. So it is a case of learning how to apply AI tools. So it's not just that, oh, AI will replace. No, they still need, again, most of us use ChatGPT, cloud, and the rest. But someone is putting in the prompts. Someone is doing the task of instructing
Wow.
the AI what to do. So people that are equipped with the knowledge of using AI will take over the job, not AI. So the threat is real, no doubt. It is inevitable, no doubt. But professionals should genuinely learn how to use these tools to serve their purpose, whatever it is they're doing. They should learn how to use the tools. So it's not just about AI will take over. Definitely AI will take over, but people who knows how to use AI will take the job from them.
I think this is actually speaking to my next question that asks what practical steps can employees take to remain valuable and employable regardless of the industry changes. Learning to use the tools, upskilling yourself, and things like that. I think those are real. Unless you want to add to that list, for me, that is a must.
Yeah, I think you have said it all, but I think it's also important that knowing these things is one thing, and also putting them out there is another thing. Let people see your body of work, make it visible. So let it not be that we are doing it at the back end. Let it be visible to people. Use your social media, use your LinkedIn to promote yourself, showcase what you can do, promote yourself. Nobody's going to do that for you. So it is important that as professionals, we should do these things, make ourselves and our job visible.
And I guess that speaks to our continuous learning. There's no stop, there's no end to learning because things are evolving, like we said, rapidly. So we have to actually continue to learn. It's very important in today's economy. So, what are some of the most critical future ready skill professionals should be developing right now?
Top of the list now would be digital literacy. Based on the conversations we're having now, you need to know how the digital space work. You need to understand technology. You need to be every professional across different cadres or all cadres need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to be able to perceive emotions, use them, understand and manage emotions. I've seen different researches that says that 85% of our successes in life depends on our ability to communicate effectively. So effective communication is very important. It's not just speaking now, but writing and listening. It is very important that we know those things. At different levels of our lives too, we also need to understand how leadership works. We need to have some sort of self leadership. If you are not leading anybody now, you should be able to lead yourself. So that is also another important skills. We can't rule out critical thinking, problem solving. Of course, the list goes endlessly, but these ones are the major ones: digital literacy, emotional intelligence, effective communications, etc., etc.
Fantastic. Digital literacy is very important today. How important is AI, which is artificial intelligence?
AI is
You are
very AI at this
right.
point is very important. I'm not sure there's anything we can do without some form of AI. Now it has even gotten to the point where you write your thoughts, you put your thoughts together, and you want to seek a second opinion. Not because you don't know what it is, but you just need an expert opinion. So it is important to understand artificial intelligence, how it works, what it can do, and you're not just learning for learning's sake, you're also learning to be able to apply it to your daily lives. So it is very important.
Thank you very much. We've just talked about continuous learning, and we've said how people can go to YouTube to take advantage of some resource in there for their personal development. So, how would professionals be able to balance their work responsibility and continuous learning?
How will professionals be able to balance their work responsibilities and continuous
Yes,
learning?
yes.
Number one, it's a two thing. Is either you're learning to improve on your job or you're learning to transition from wherever job you're doing now. But what is important is that if you're able to clarify these goals, is also going to be able to help you as to how to manage these things. But whatever it is that you're learning, ensure that it is practical and it is applicable so that when you're doing your job, your learning is also helping you to create values. Because I've said earlier that now to be a relevant professional, you have to do continuous learning, you have to be valuable. So ensure that whatever it is you're learning is translating to value. So both goes hand in hand, learning to apply, learning to transfer value, and learning to be relevant, to be a relevant professional, basically.
Fantastic. One key message that is coming through to me with all this is that relevance is no longer determined solely by qualifications.
No,
It is increasingly
absolutely.
determined by adaptability, learning agility, and the ability to create value consistently, just like you have said. So let us now look with that mindset at staying relevant as a business owner. We have just looked at the professional angle. As a business owner too, how do we stay relevant? What are the biggest threats facing businesses that refuse to adapt?
Number one, loss of revenue. A business that's refused to adapt will lose revenue. It's not just going to start from losing revenue, it's going to start from losing customers because every business has a competitor. So they will lose customers, they will lose revenue, and at the end of before they by the time they start losing revenue, they will lose their employees because everybody wants to work in a thriving business. So it is important for every business to jump on the train of learning, on the train of improving their businesses, and also listening to customers, working with their feedback, and meeting up with their expectations. These are very important to stay in business in this time and age.
Thank you very much for that. How can small business compete effectively in an environment where larger organizations often have more resources to deploy?
Number one, I would say that the bigger organizations or bigger businesses are not the competitors, right? Number one, identify what your customers want so that whatever it is you're building is based on a need. It's based on a need. You're working with, okay, this is what my customers want, this is what I'm going to do, and ensuring that you're putting systems and structures in place to make these happen. Okay, build a strong system. Don't make them your competitors. Don't make the bigger organizations your competitors. Learn from them. Smaller businesses are more adaptable and they can change. The rules are not as rigid as the bigger organizations. So when we have this in mind, it is easier for younger, smaller businesses to navigate, to say, okay, this is not working. I can do this at the spur of the moment and it's going to yield results. So ability to adapt, ability to measure, meet up with customers' expectations would go a long way for business owners.
Fantastic. They should identify where they can create value, where value is needed, there's gap to fill, solution to provide. That will make
Yeah,
a lot of difference. That is very, very useful. Thank you for that.
you're welcome,
So
ma'am.
many entrepreneurs, because of what we have said earlier, are overwhelmed by digital transformation. Where should they start?
Okay, so I understand that digital transformation is a thing now, but I think before they even begin to run around saying, okay, we want to do this technology, we want to do that, I think they need to understand their customers and the problems they are trying to solve. And they should ask themselves these three questions: where are we losing time? Where are we losing money? And where are we losing customers? If they're able to answer these three questions, is going to be able to answer the question of what digital transformation do we need to apply at this point that is going to make great impact. So before jumping into, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that, let us answer these questions. Where are we losing time? Where are we losing money? And where are we losing customers? Then use that to develop whatever digital tools will work for us.
Fantastic. Now, with that in mind, can businesses identify emerging opportunities amid economic uncertainty?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's even better. Is even better for businesses, right? Because for every time there's any economic uncertainty, people are making money. So every shift in the economy creates new opportunities. Every problem creates new opportunities. So again, for business owners, they should pay attention to what customers are complaining about. What are customers saying? What are people complaining about? What are people spending more money on? And what are people finding difficult to access? Currently now, I think one of the major problems an average Nigerian is having now is issue of power. And as much as that is a problem for some, so it's no longer just, okay, there's no electricity. There's also a problem of high tariff. People are moving to solar. This is solving a problem. Some people have seen that, okay, going to the restaurant now as an average Lagosian is going to cost you a lot of money to dress up, money to do this, money to do that. People are now doing this same product, packaging it, delivering it at your doorstep. So you can be in your house without necessarily having to struggle through Lagos traffic. and enjoying a meal. So for every problem, there is a new opportunity. As much as we are complaining that, oh, this is happening, the economic situation is bad, people are innovating, people are doing new things, and it's working for them. People are making money.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you've just spoken to the importance of innovation. I mean, thinking out of the box, looking at, like we said earlier, gaps to be filled and where you can make a difference, where values are needed.
Yeah,
So we must
yeah,
at all time be able to think out of the box. And like she said,
absolutely,
unfortunately, where some of these problems are identified, therein lies opportunities for business
absolutely,
owners to tap into. So let's not close
absolutely.
our mind and just see the
Yeah,
problem. Let us see opportunities instead of just problem. Thank you very
absolutely.
much for that wonderful
You're welcome, ma'am.
response. So, what common mistakes cause businesses to become obsolete?
Thank you very much for that. For businesses, I think number one would be ignoring customers' complaints and feedback. It's a major challenge because feedback are supposed to help you improve, but when you ignore, it becomes a problem. Resisting technology, we have some businesses that feels okay. This is how we've been doing it. It has been working since 1976. Let us keep it that way. Times are changing. That you have a physical store shouldn't stop you from having e-commerce, e-commerce site or Instagram page to showcase your business and your product. Again, failing to develop your employees. I've seen different complaints from different people that says that, oh, they walk into this store to buy something, they were not attended to well. In fact, sometimes you expect better. A service provider is calling you to ask you questions, and because it's my area of expertise, I'm telling the customer care professional that, okay, you should have said it this way. It would have better if you had handled this conversation this way. So it is important to improve your employees and confusing past success for future security. Nothing is guaranteed now. Things are changed, times have changed. So don't say that, okay, because we're the number one, then we'll always be number one. There's a need to improve. Okay, and mistaking customer loyalty for permanence. Okay, oh, this is our regular customer, we can treat them anyhow. They would understand, they become family. They will leave the moment they get something better somewhere else. And lastly, confusing activity for progress. No, activity is running around. What is your book saying? Really, are you progressing or you are just moving around? So these things are very important for business owners to look at and tell themselves the hard truth. Okay, do an analysis of your business. When you audit it, then ask yourself, okay, what do we need to do at this point? It's not just about seeing the problems, it's about taking actions.
Thank you. We have a contribution in form of a question from one of our regular audience, Taiwo Ojo from Abuja. She asks, what can we say about AI and gym? I guess she runs a gym business.
Okay, is it gym business now? We need some
Gym,
clarification, or going
yeah, like physical.
doing gymnastics, right?
No, like if you are running a gym business, I want to believe she's in a gym fitness business. So AI
Oh,
and running a gym. She wants
okay.
to
So I
know.
have so I have a particular app now on my phone that I use as exercise. I think it's powered by AI. So what it does is that it monitors your exercises. Okay, you have different within 30 minutes, you have like 15 exercises you need to do. The AI is telling you, oh, you are not doing this well. It's on my phone. Oh, you are not doing this well. You need to do this again. It's someone that developed that. So now I don't have to go to the gym to practice because again, I'm one of those that don't really like exercises. But because I know that this thing is recording my activity every day, I have to do it. And I can't move to the next one without completing that. So again, someone had decided to come up with that to do that. So it's okay to have a physical gym a physical gym. It's also okay to consider some of your customers that may not necessarily want to come to the physical place every time. Come up with something that can work for them that you can monitor. Again, you don't necessarily have to be the one to develop it if you cannot, but engage people that are going to take over the job to do it.
Fantastic. Because initially I was going to stop you that perhaps she's looking at it from the enterprise angle, but you've said it. And that's
Yeah,
part of
you
the
should
innovation
engage.
that we spoke to. So I hope Taiwo find that useful, because you can also look at all those different apps that are there that can actually assist to grow your business. Like she said, it's not everybody that will be able to come physically to gym, but if they're able to get a kind of monitor or regulatory app that achieve the same purpose, then it's a win-win for both of you. Let's know if that addresses your concern. Otherwise, we'll look
Okay.
into more areas that you are trying to address. So these are even told, I mean, spoken to the one I was going to ask about how important is data. This is part of data, the usefulness of data in decision making. Because when you find out what people need
Yeah.
and you get right information, it will help you to make a spot on decision in trying to grow your business. And maybe
Yeah.
if I can ask you, what can a traditional business survive without digital tools? Did you get that?
At where we are currently, no. Yes, I
No.
get you, ma'am. Where we are currently, no. You need little element of digital positioning. You can't just say that, okay, I just want to do everything in my physical store. It's so interesting now that we even see people that sell herbs are now showcasing their product online. I mean, the local ones, the ones we call Ilewiomo. It has gone so interesting now that people package Iru locust beans and sell on Instagram. People sell farm produce. So everybody and it is free. It is free. So an average business should have some sort of digital footprint.
Fantastic. So, in a nutshell, nobody can have an excuse not to embrace digital tools. So, it's now a must rather
Yeah,
than an option. Okay, we have, I think we've addressed this before, but let me still take it. A
absolutely.
contribution from Bio,
Yeah,
streaming from Lagos. He asks, many professionals fear that AI automation may replace jobs. How can workers and organizations adapt to ensure technology becomes an enabler rather than being a threat? We've addressed it, but let our special guest speak to that.
okay. So we said that AI is not a threat. It should be an awareness, right? It should open our eyes to possibilities and what can be done. So it is AI is not going to take our job necessarily, but people who knows how to apply AI will take our job. And we also said that for you to be a relevant professional, you need to begin to look at what value you can bring to your organization outside of your job description. If I'm doing a job now and I know that, okay, this is how I've been doing it, it is now time to consult artificial intelligence to say, okay, how can I do this thing better? What are the necessary tools required for me, necessary digital tools required for me to be better doing this job? And again, how can I train myself to be able to work with artificial intelligence? So AI is not coming to take our job, but people who knows how to use AI will take our jobs. Thank you.
and stay abreast of the profession.
Yeah.
So it's important to get reskilled in
Yeah.
any depend. It's very important. And not just say
Yeah.
you fear AI. Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
like she said, you can also be the one that is on the commanding seat, because some people are
Yeah.
writing they are writing these logics that the AI we are depending on is using. So I hope that helped. Actually, we've gotten a response back from Taiwo Ojo from Abuja for your response. It helps. So she appreciates the response you gave about the gym business.
Oh, okay.
So
That's great.
so so clearly, relevance is not about abandoning everything that worked in the past. It is about evolving strategically while remaining true to your core value proposition. So we are not saying that forget about everything that you've known in the past, but how do you adapt that to the current realities, which requires embracing digital tools to enhance your business and even your own skills. So it's very important for us to note the difference in that. Now, all that said, let's look at leadership and future preparedness. We've talked about professionals, we've talked about business owners, leadership in general, which cuts across these two segments for them to be prepared for the future. What mindset or mindset shifts are necessary for leaders operating in today's environment?
Thank you very much for that, ma'am. I think the major mindset every leader should have now is moving from certainty to curiosity. Moving from, oh, this is how we've been doing it since, it is going to work. Now, let us begin to ask questions around, okay, how can we do it better? How can we make it work? Leaders now should be curious. They shouldn't just, okay, I know nobody knows everything. With the current
Sure.
reality, nobody knows everything. Leaders should be curious, they should be willing to learn, right? Successful leaders are asking questions now. They're encouraging experimentation. They're not saying, oh, it has to be this way. They are open to, okay, let us do it this way, let us do it that way. And they're also creating environments where people can learn quickly. Leaders now should be able to give their subordinates opportunity to make mistakes and correct the mistakes, and opportunities to learn. So it is important that leaders create these opportunities, right? Again, leaders who thrive over the next decade will be leaders that are also learning. So they're not leaving the old job for their employees or their staff to do. As you are learning, I'm learning. And ma'am, you have exemplified that over the years. So if we are talking about this, we will use you as a good example. Some people in their 20s will not have the courage to do what you are doing now. But you are challenging us. If you at this level of your career and achievements can do this, then who are we not to? So leadership is laying good foundations, setting good examples, open to learning and open to changes, and moving along with change.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I like the bit that you have to be more curious. Don't just
Yeah,
rely on certainty, because there's nothing
yeah,
really certain again in life
yeah,
except for
yeah.
death. And that's not what you are
Absolutely.
praying for now. So
Yeah.
you have to be more curious. The curiosity in you will make you to find out more, to see how things can be better and then work better for you. That's very instructive. So, how can organization build a culture that embraces change rather than fear the change?
Okay. Thank you very much for that, ma'am. I think we should even, every organization should start with creating environments for change before it happens. Okay? Creating environment for changes before it happens give us some sort of soft landing. Okay? Environment environment where we can learn, experiment, and it is obvious that okay, we can hear me. It is rolling here. Ma'am, please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so organizations we build before change begins to happen should build solid systems that embrace changes by making the workplace adaptable, by making carrying employee along and letting employee knows that okay, when this happens, these are the things we can do. So it's not that okay, something just happened, then we are running elter skelter. Lay the foundations for possibilities, create systems around them so that when they happen, we can go along with the change. And when
Thank
changes come, let us communicate it with the employees and carry them along.
Very important, very important. And that gives them a sense of belonging. And when you carry them along,
Absolutely.
that sense of this is our decision rather than their
This
decision,
is this
they
is our
versus us.
decision.
So they are likely
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
work together with you to achieve the best. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Because of
Absolutely.
time, I'm only just going to ask the last question and maybe just in 1 minute, if you can answer that for us. So, if you could leave our audience with three practical actions they should take within the next 30 days to improve their relevance, what would they be? Just in one
Okay.
minute, if you can.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Number one, I'm going to start with building intentional relationship. It is important whether as business owners or as people in the corporate space, build intentional relationship that will move you forward. Number two would be that you should audit your skills. We've been speaking about artificial intelligence and all that. Look at yourself, ask yourself this truth question: can my skill take me to the next level? If it cannot, upskill, learn new skills, and learn how to apply them. So basically, auditing your skills, learning, and building intentional relationship.
Be true to yourself because you know
Yeah,
yourself better.
yeah,
Don't just
yeah.
assume a knowledge, test it out. Then you know if you are really up to skill in that area. Otherwise, take advantage
Learn.
of courses that can help you to upskill. What an enlightening conversation. I wish we can go on and on. It's been very fascinating. You know, that's why they said the time flies when you are enjoying yourself. In fact, it's like
Absolutely.
we are just having fun. So it's been very enlightening, and I appreciate our resource person, our special guest so much. Today we have learned that relevance is not something we achieve once and keep forever. It's something we must continually earn through learning, innovation, adaptability, and value creation. And like she said, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it. It's not something that just come once in a while or accidental. So make effort and plan towards it. Whether you're a professional seeking career growth, an entrepreneur navigating uncertainty, or a leader preparing for the future, the message is very clear. The future belongs to those who are willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Success today's economy is not necessarily about who is strongest or oldest. It is often about who can adapt most effectively to change, because change is constant and it comes rapidly these days. So don't rely on past knowledge. So I want to thank all our audience that have joined us today. I've noticed quite a few of them. Taiwo Ojo that contributed through the question on the gym business.
Yeah.
She's one of our regulars. Come rain, come shine, she's there for us. Thank you, Taiwo Ojo from Abuja. Then Dr. Aseyin, likewise, also streaming from Abuja, fantastic contributor, always there for us. Then we have, sorry if I do not pronounce your name very correctly because it's a bit long. It's Motive Clean Move, uh, streaming from Russia. You know yourself, but accept my apology if I do not pronounce it very well. We appreciate you for joining us. And Bayo Banjo also contributed, is also one of our regulars. And we have my professional colleague from Ibadan, Shile Akibowale, Doctor. Thank you very much. She's streaming from Ibadan. And a whole lot of others. If I have not called your name, just pardon me because of want of time. I appreciate all of you, and I believe you have learned one or two things from this session today. My special appreciation, and on your behalf, our audience, goes to my resource person, our special guest for today, Monisola Oluwafemi. Fantastic, fantastic
Thank you for having me here.
insight. Thank you very much. You have done us proud. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
all those great insights that you have shared and for the time that you prepared to give us all this contribution. We appreciate you. So my
Thank you very
charge
much.
to all of you, our audience, as usual, if you have find this session valuable, please don't forget to share it. Tag someone who you believe will benefit, because that's what the world needs. We need to encourage each other and help each other. Anyone that you think will benefit from this knowledge, tag them. They can replay, they can get it on the YouTube, can be replayed uh, to have the benefit of what you have also enjoyed. And most importantly, don't just listen to it, don't just follow us, take action. It is when we action all these insights that it can make us better. We want a better version of us, and we need to take action. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep creating value. We have said you need to create value to remain relevant. Please, we have come to the end of today's show. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Comfort Eyitayo. And once you have done that, please subscribe. Remember to turn on notification button, like and share our videos. Stay updated with information about our upcoming events, solutions and offers on my Instagram account at Comfort Eyitayo, as well as my Facebook account at Comfort Eyitayo. So I look forward to seeing you on our next conversation. Do have a wonderful day, a blessed week, and goodbye.